Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about me quitting my recent job and my last training session at the gym I was working at. So for those who didn't know, mid-December last year I got my first job as a personal trainer, and it's been interesting. I've learned a lot during the 2.5 months I've been there, but the particular gym I was working at just really wasn't fit for me, and I've decided to leave now and focus entirely on my online stuff and getting ready for this contest, because that's actually making me money, whereas working at the gym wasn't making money. So I'll explain how it all worked and everything. Basically, to get the job, I had to delete all of my steroid videos that I had on this channel, because companies don't want to be seen as promoting steroids, even though I don't really feel like I do. I just tell people how I'm using them and how not to abuse them as such. I mean, I've occasionally done crazy doses of things, but I generally say, you know, be moderate doses, be careful. And any clients who come to me as well, often who've already been on cycles, I'm like, yeah, that cycle's way too big. You need to do much less this time. It's more about the training and the diet, which is what I've got on point this year, finally in the right headspace, which is why my body's changing so damn fast and I'm getting pilled so quickly. In 9 weeks time, let's see what I can do. Now I can actually focus on it. So for the first 2 weeks I was working at a Pure Gym, I made no money, but then it was December, so like I was expecting stuff to happen in the January sort of time. What I had to do at the gym, and this is how all gyms work pretty much now, especially chain gyms, is you have to work a certain amount of hours unpaid for the privilege to use their facilities to run your business out of. But obviously, to do that, you actually have to be able to get clients and make money to make it worthwhile doing the 12 hours a week. So during those 12 hours, I also had to teach classes, tidy up the gym, you know, talk to people in there, help them out as best I can, do inductions, that kind of thing. I really didn't enjoy doing classes, especially stuff like legs, bums and tums and that. It's just a bit... I understand why people enjoy going to them, I just really didn't enjoy teaching them half the time. It felt like a bit of a chore. But I got used to it, I just did it because that's what was required of me to do the job. So in January, I got myself 4 clients. They each bought 4 sessions. So, you know, I made quite a bit of money, like in January, straight away. And then after that, nothing. Dead, like just absolutely nothing. So we got a few New Year's resolutioners who came to me. They really enjoyed my PT sessions and actually want more. But the problem is the price of PT is expensive, right? For someone just to get 1 session a week, we had to charge a minimum amount. It's £140 a month. And that's just 1 session a week. And 1 session a week isn't enough for someone to make progress. Really need 3 sessions a week. So it's such an expensive thing for people to do. And we were a budget gym. So it just made it so hard to get clients. Like, I was trying to talk to as many people as possible. I was targeting people who are more into like maybe bodybuilding. Part of the problem is I was in the wrong kind of gym. It's a commercial gym. People aren't taking their bodies that seriously. They don't really want to go to that next level. They're happy doing their own thing. They go in there with their friends or whatever. They get on with it. They don't necessarily want to pay money to be the best they can possibly be. Whereas across the road in the bodybuilding gym that's there, people come up to me and talk to me all the time there, asking about my programs and stuff like that. Talking about, some people have seen me on the YouTube and that. I found it much easier to talk to people in a bodybuilding gym than a commercial gym. I found that in a commercial gym, people were almost scared to talk to me, didn't want to talk to me. And the ones who did actually want to have PT from me couldn't afford it. That's why they're going to a budget gym in the first place. Also, I think one of these things is guys often won't ask for help or aren't willing to pay for help in a gym to get better. Especially if they're not like mega serious, they'll happily do it on their own. They think they know best. I know that because like that's how I've been my whole life. I've never had a PT myself. I kind of wish I did now. When I was younger, I could have progressed much faster if I'd picked up a good PT or an online coach. But it's just that male ego thing. You think you're better than that person or you don't need the help. It's just a male thing. I totally understand it. Although all my clients were males and they really did like my sessions, they just couldn't afford more. Essentially, the whole 2.5 months I was there, I made a loss, which is why I decided to quit. It's like, I gave it enough time to try and pick up clients and it just wasn't happening there for me. I was trying all kinds of different techniques, nothing was working. And it wasn't just me being shit at trying to sell. All the other guys as well who also been there for 2.5 months from the very get-go had less clients than me. I was doing the best, making a loss. Like, how does that even work? Really wasn't a great place to make money, unfortunately. Everyone I worked with was really nice. It just wasn't right for me. The only person who was doing well was the one female PT we had. So we had 3 guys other than me. So she obviously was just raking up all the women clients. And women are more likely to spend money on a PT. They're more likely to ask for help and have that guidance. And Lauren was also in good shape. Like, she had that body that a lot of women want. You know, that slim kind of shape. Whereas I think I've got a body that's a bit too extreme, and people sometimes just look at me and just judge me in a certain way and think, roid head, blah blah, I don't want to be trained by that guy for X. You know, people just stereotype you straight away often just by how you look. It's just how things are. Honestly, I felt like more out of place in a commercial gym than I did in a bodybuilding gym. I think in a bodybuilding gym is much more friendly, and people will actually want to talk to me and be interested in helping and stuff like that. But essentially, it just got to a point where I was sick of working for nothing. Well, actually a loss, because I had to get the train there, which was costing £120 a month. Well, I wasn't making any money. It was just stupid, and it was costing me time, which I could have been spent on other things like developing my online stuff or making more YouTube videos. Like, it's stopping me making the steroid videos as well, which I like to make. I mean, it's the whole reason I've got a subscriber base and any following at all is because I talk openly about what I do. And for those 2.5 months, I couldn't talk about it because I probably would have got fired. So that's why I've started opening up about it again now, is because I'm not working for that gym anymore. If I'm gonna go work for a gym now, I've learned my lesson. I need to work in a smaller, more community-based sort of bodybuilding kind of gym with much more kit suited for bodybuilding as well. The kit in there was fine, but it was just fine. So yeah, and it's definitely the right decision, because in the last couple of days I've not worked and put my full effort into posting on Instagram, making more YouTube videos, really working on my body and spending that extra time doing the cardio, training that extra bit harder, really meal prepping properly and eating perfectly. The extra time I've had to do that has actually made me make quite a lot more online sales, and I've made more sales in a week focusing on online stuff than having 2.5 months trying to go around the gym and talk to people actually in person. It's just the wrong crowd. So yeah, I'm really happy with my decision. So there'll be lots more YouTube videos coming, and I should be getting in absolutely insane shape. And if you have any questions or want help from me, DM me on Instagram. I'm happily help everyone out with all kinds of questions. And I have so much more time to answer DMs now, so I do actually pretty much answer all of them. It can be from anything, I don't really mind. Just send me a message. So anyway, that's the big change for me, 9 weeks out, and it means I can really fucking focus now. I can do my cardio. I'm gonna get up at 6 AM, go do my cardio, come home, do all my work, make YouTube videos, go back to in the gym late afternoon, evening, train really damn hard, come home, have the right foods. I'll be able to really prep perfectly. I have no excuse whatsoever to not be the absolute best I can possibly be. And if anything, it's motivated me even more making this decision. So I know I have to go balls to the wall now. So anyway, here's a short shoulder blast workout, the last one I've done at Pure Gym before I left. Shreds are coming in fast, so let's just get to that workout. And really basic one, but you don't need to do too much for shoulders. You can hit them really hard just by the basics, but let's go to it. Okay, so the first exercise I always do for shoulders is face pulls. I always work shoulders back to front simply because most people neglect the rear delt so much, and it actually makes the shoulder so round and fully developed from the front and sides, people don't really realise. Also, obviously, it helps your back double bicep look so much better. Also, having a balanced shoulder development is going to mean you're much less likely to get injured doing things like shoulder press, bench press. You're not going to have that imbalance. Imbalances in muscle is often one of the biggest causes of initial injury, as well as just doing too much weight. So we did 4 sets of face pulls, high reps. I do this every single shoulder workout in that order. Always shoulders back to front. Then I went on to do some Arnold press, so more of the medial delt and the front deltoid. I was going to do straight press, but I was feeling a little twinge in my shoulder, so I was like, okay, let's not go too heavy. Let's do something different and do a different exercise I don't normally do. So we did some seated Arnold press, and I really felt it was good. My shoulders are starting to really separate out now, and as I get leaner, I'm just being careful not to push the weights too heavy on things like shoulders. If I end up pulling a shoulder or my rotator cuff and I can't train upper body properly for 2 weeks, that is 2 weeks lost that I do not have to lose. So I'm just being cautious, but also still training hard and getting crazy pumps on. And the thing is, on tren, you can get such disgusting shoulder pumps on lightweight, high volume. Lightweight, high volume on this sort of cycle I'm on now is so effective, my shoulders are just gonna blow up. I've actually not trained them enough recently, And obviously for classic, you need that massive shoulders, small waist kind of combination to look really good. And my shoulders were lagging a bit because I haven't been hitting them frequently enough or in isolation. I've been training shoulders a lot with back. And when you do that, you don't train your shoulders hard because obviously doing the back fatigues you out. So yeah, I've been focusing now more on shoulders, and they've actually started to pop a lot more. My traps have always popped, just from doing any kind of row, my traps grow like crazy. Again, it's obviously due to the cycle as well. My body just responds really damn well to androgens. I just explode, okay? I can grow on a cut, as long as I train with high volume and decent intensity. So we did 4 sets of seated Arnold press. Then again, more rear delts. Rear delt dumbbell flies are insane. They're really good for making that rear delt pop and grow. Every shoulder workout, I do at least 8 sets of rear delts, and I think a lot of people don't bother with rear delts. You know, at the back, out of sight, out of mind. People always think of the side delts, the front delts. I rarely see people train the rear delts, but it is a way to get your shoulders really big and developed. You can see how developed my rear delts are in my shoulder. It's because I work them all the time. Every shoulder workout, I really try and isolate them as much as possible. And in my back workouts, I chuck rear delts in as well, because you're using those rowing motions, you're going to use those rear delts as well. So pre-exhausting them with some rear delt dumbbell flies, then going into heavy rows, for example, your rear delts are going to get really destroyed, and it's actually very effective. And you can see how much I'm drying out now. This is after just 5 or 6 days on short esters. It's helping me dry out as much as Winstrol would have done. So I'm obviously also a ghost, so I need to sort that out. So I did 4 more sets of rear delt dumbbell flies, and then we did 4 sets of drop set side lateral raises, and that is it. That's all I needed to do. It gave me an insane shoulder pump. My shoulders are really sore today. It was just high volume, high intensity training to failure each set. So this set's a long one, so I drop set it and then I superset it essentially. I just kept going until my shoulders were completely burnt out. So side lateral raises for 16 kilos to begin with. Not that heavy. I'm sure a lot of you guys can do 20s or plus, but I was making sure I was keeping my form strict. Drop down to 12s, just keeping that form strict and trying to make the shoulders work as much as possible, not the traps. It's all about mind-muscle connection and actually getting those muscles to activate as much as possible. And then when you do that, in combination with the gear and the diet, you're really going to get so much out of it. So I was feeling like chucking in some front delts at the end here. So obviously, back to front. So that's what I've done here. Finishing off with some frontal raises on this superset, drop set combination. Really just get an insane pump as possible on your shoulders. On these kind of cycles, that's what you want. Don't go too heavy, ever on shoulders, I think. Always go for volume, go for the pump. That's how you're going to get them to grow. That's how I get mine to grow. It works so effectively, and the pump is just nuts. It just gets them to really round out. So in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be focusing on shoulders a lot to get them absolutely disgusting, because I've got them massive in the past by doing this kind of training. I just need to hit it up more. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying my prep series. Far more honesty coming now because I can back at it. So yeah, pretty much 1 week into this short ester cycle, definitely dried me out. Definitely feeling my sex drive suddenly bumped up, and my energy levels increased suddenly. So the tren ace is definitely working. I haven't had tren cough yet, but when I do, I'll let you know. I haven't jabbed my lats yet because my glutes have been okay taking 3cc. But let's see how long I can keep that up. But I'll let you know if I have to jab lats or anything. It is a lot of oil. So I got a feeling I might have some issues at some point. But yeah, I'm really excited. Like, I've never got to this stage and I've had this much free time and income to really focus on something like this and massively go for it. Also, my friends are now all registering for the same contest as me. So I'm almost certain, but once I've bought my federation ticket and I've bought the entry ticket, I'll make a video exactly showing where the contest is so you can go and watch if you want to. But essentially, it's going to be a Two Bros Pro show in London, Lee Valley, May 3rd. I'm entering the classic physique competition, which is basically classic bodybuilding. I got my height measured at Pure Gym the other day because they've got the proper height measure thing, and unfortunately I am exactly 5'11", which means I'll be in the 5'10" to 5'11" category. And that was with me trying to like stand on the balls of my feet. You have to be 5'11" and a bit to be able to be in the 5'11" to 6 foot category. What this means is I have to weigh 205 pounds on stage day rather than being able to weigh up to 212 pounds. My coach says that that's completely doable, so we're gonna go for it. Like, I've still got tons of water sitting on my stomach area, my hips and my lower back. That's all gonna come off when we add in Winstrol and Proviron, and do some methods to drop out salts and really dry me out of the diet. Maybe water loading. I'm not sure what he's gonna do yet, but I'm just gonna do exactly as he says. He's done a lot of people getting insanely shredded, and he thinks we can lose the 21 pounds in 9 weeks. I'm just gonna go for it and do exactly as it says. So far, this is actually the first 2 weeks I've stuck to what he said exactly, and the changes have been insane. So another 9 weeks of really being on point, and I'm thinking I could win. And that's the goal. I wanna win. I'm getting a posing coach really soon, so we'll try and do some vlogs of that, and me getting a posing routine down so you can really see my whole physique shown. I really need to get tans going on because I'm so white, I am aware of that. The problem is Accutane, because I'm on it, your skin burns far easier in Accutane, so I have to be quite careful with how long I'm in the beds and stuff. I have to make sure I put the creams on. There's a lot of stuff going on to think about here. All these different stuff I'm taking have different side effects, and it's trying to find the balancing point, but I'm getting it. I'm getting the balancing point. I feel really fucking good for once, and I'm ready just to go crush it. So thanks for, I've had a lot of nice support on Instagram, and I appreciate you guys like me being honest again, because the likes on the videos have gone up loads. I don't read comments or anything. I stopped doing that ages ago. Just so if you are posting and not wondering why I haven't replied, it's because I'm not reading any comments. But yeah, thanks all for watching. Much more stuff to come, and I will catch you all soon, and hopefully with a contest date, and you guys can come along and join. But I'm pretty confident that it's going to be the Two Bros Pro, May 3rd. I'll be in the classic physique, and that's like category C, I think, is 5'10" to 5'11", and there's a couple of other. It's an inch range between, so I'll be on stage with people from like 5'9" to 6'1", I think. So I'm kind of in between, and I'll be able to max out at weight 205 pounds. Currently 226, so a lot to lose, but man, I'm gonna be so shredded. I'm almost the most shredded I've been already in my life, and I've still got 9 weeks to improve, so let's just go get it. Thanks everybody again, and I'll catch you soon. See you later.